Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
We have been soaked all day and we've got more to go. Flood watches and warnings up for tonight. We'll tell you when the faucets finally shut off.
All right, Ben, also Mayor Duggan makes a major announcement about testing, and he wants every Detroiter to know about it.
But we begin with this graph, updated daily on clickondetroit.com's app, showing the rate of coronavirus deaths in Michigan falling, and it's leading Governor Whitmer to take a major step in reopening the state. The governor says businesses in parts of northern Michigan and the UP, including restaurants, will be clear to reopen Friday.
So the areas getting the go-ahead are Region 8, that's all of the Upper Peninsula, and Region 6, the darker blue portion of the northern west portion of the state. That's the area surrounding Traverse City, and it is, of course, happening on the start of the Memorial Day weekend. Let's get to Priya Mann, who's live tonight. Priya, through this, we're getting a sense of what reopening will look like here in Metro Detroit.
Yeah, that's right, Devin. And Wayne, Oakland, Macomb, among the state's most populous counties. Millions will be watching to see how this reopening goes. And with warmer weather and Memorial Day right around the corner, the governor doesn't want everyone rushing up north.
The whole state's watching to make sure we get this right.
Michigan is slowly easing restrictions and returning to some sense of normalcy. Governor Whitmer will reopen the UP and the greater Traverse City area at 12:01 Friday morning.
Our big fear, of course, is that Memorial Day weekend, we know lots of people love to go north. But we also know that it's really going to be important that everyone continues to do their part.
Restaurants and bars will be allowed to reopen at 50% capacity.
This is not a wholesale re-engagement of indoor dining. You can hit a local restaurant, but only if it's a small group of people that they are serving and you're able to maintain that distancing.
Retail shops and office work that can't be done remotely will also reopen, and businesses must follow strict safety guidelines. The mayor of Traverse City says while they're eager to welcome back Michiganders, folks must be cautious.
Come enjoy all the areas that we all love along the coast. But please be mindful that we're small towns with limited abilities to take care of you if you should get sick.
As the governor begins a partial reopening, she's also looking to Washington for economic support.
The last thing we would want to do in the midst of a global pandemic is to cut health care, to cut public safety, or to cut education.
After a stimulus bill passed the House, she's hopeful the Senate and President Trump will follow suit.
I'm also hopeful that anyone who gets to spend some time with the president on Thursday when he's here in Michigan will ask for that same kind of support as well.
And President Trump will be visiting a Ford manufacturing plant in Ypsilanti. He has clashed many times with the governor over her handling of COVID-19. And speaking of that coronavirus relief bill, Republicans say it is dead on arrival. Reporting live from Detroit, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Now, Priya, the governor is giving restaurant owners a little bit of leeway here in reopening safely. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. So it's 50% capacity, but restaurant owners can decide not to have any indoor seating and to only have outdoor seating. The governor says take advantage of the spring weather. And of course, outdoor seating has proven to be a little bit more safer than indoor seating. So that is up to restaurant owners to decide. Send it back to you.
All righty, Priya.
Well, at his briefing this afternoon, Mayor Mike Duggan announced expanded COVID-19 testing for all Detroiters at the State Fairgrounds site. So starting Wednesday, anyone who's a Detroit resident can get a free COVID-19 test without a prescription. The city also released a reopening playbook for the thousands of businesses with guidelines on how to reopen safely. Mayor Duggan believes Detroit is very close to moving to phase 4 of Governor Whitmer's safe reopening plan. The mayor says businesses have to be ready when that decision comes.
And someday soon, I believe the governor will say we're in phase 4, and you don't want to be scrambling for a plan then. Write your plan tonight. Get ready to go tomorrow. Let your customers know you've thought about their safety, and you can show them what you're doing, and I think they'll come back in bigger numbers than if you don't.
Also today, DTE Energy Foundation announced it will distribute personal protection kits with masks and sanitizer to Detroit small businesses at Eastern Market. For thousands of auto workers, today was the day one back on the job as assembly plants started rolling again.
Now, this happened with strict new safety measures in place and, of course, fewer people in the plants. We bring in Rod Maloney, who's been talking with workers today. What are you hearing about their take on the new normal here, Rod?
Well, Devin, you know, it's not often you hear kumbaya around these parts, but the UAW faithful were in the plants today, and they all came out saying pretty much the same thing. Entry and exits were the big concern, and at the Warren Truck Assembly plant, where we were told things were a bit slow going in this morning, UAW line workers like Kenyatta Covington were pleasantly surprised.
They actually got thermometers in the top of the ceiling, so when you walk through, it can take your temperature. So all the safety measures were awesome.
They went into work here at 5 a.m., got out at 1 p.m., and Dennis Donald said his colleagues were respectful. The company did a lot of cleaning and...
In my area, about the same. I mean, a lot slower. I mean, we might have done like 100 trucks. Usually we do about 400. So it's real slow right now. I mean, the mask and the safety glasses everyone has to wear them. So, I mean, I agree with that. But, I mean, other than that, it was pretty much the same.
And it is pretty much about the pickup trucks. Over at Ford's Dearborn Assembly, where they make the F-150, the line workers we spoke with today had many good things to say.
It's a learning curve. It's different. They got a lot of new safety precautions in place. The mask is difficult to wear as far as your glasses up, but we're gonna be all right.
It was safe. It was safe. A little hectic though for the first day. Very hectic.
Now back at Warren Truck, Arnett Weatherspoon said all went smoothly, although he's still deeply concerned.
I just still think we shouldn't be in here working with this virus still out here, but it is what it is.
Okay, now you're looking at a line here. These are the second shift workers at the Ford F-150 plant. They don't work for Ford, they work for the companies that move the trucks around the facility here. But it shows you they're getting ready for the second shift. General Motors has a different strategy. They brought in the first shift this week, and they're bringing in the second shift next week. Back to you.
So what about the local plants that didn't open today, Rod?
Yeah, well, there are a number of them, Kevin, and it's an interesting list. We're going to see Dundee Engine open on the 26th. We're going to see Canada, all the plants over in Windsor and Brampton are going to open tomorrow. Flat Rock Assembly opens on the 26th as well. Lansing Grand River opens on the 26th too. So there are some plants that won't be open today, but it's all sort of staggered, and everybody knows they're getting back to work here before too long, and knowing that it's going to be a slow but steady ramp up.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Rod.
All right, well, we see Rod out with his umbrella, and with all this rain, it was bound to happen. You know it. Check out this video of flooding along Jefferson and St. Clair shores with lake levels so high. Flooding, as you know, has been a constant worry for folks living along the lake. We also went and checked over in the Jefferson-Chalmers neighborhood. Luckily, we didn't see any major issues there. That's probably thanks to a new temporary barrier installed just this month by the city along the water there on the east side. So good for those folks.
And Ben, the rain has been coming in waves all day. Let's see if we can start drying out here.
Yeah, we've got two factors we're watching. Not only the rain, but then those east side winds are just pushing a lot of that water further inland. And these rivers, these creeks, these streams that are away from the lakes are already full, and this water just doesn't have anywhere to go. So here's a look at the moisture flow from the south, and it's just getting fire hosed into the state of Michigan from the south. And you can see that probably won't change much as we go forward to tonight. Flood warnings are up all over the east side from Sanilac County down towards the state line. There's that area of St. Clair County, which is under a flood warning till 2 p.m. on Tuesday. That's where that video came from that we saw earlier. The entire area under a flood watch until 8 p.m. tonight, meaning we could have additional issues that we haven't seen already. So this is how it's going to play out. We're going to see moderate and at times heavy rain through the evening hours. May get a bit of a break around news time at 11, but then that comes back in as we go back overnight, and expecting more showers and storms as we go into early tomorrow. We'll talk more about that and the lake levels on the east side, plus your Memorial Day holiday, which you can follow on the Local Forecasters app. It's all coming up in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben. Well, just into the newsroom this afternoon, despite a warning from the FDA not to do so, President Trump is now taking doses of hydroxychloroquine. The president says he's been taking the drug for several weeks in an attempt to avoid getting COVID-19, and that it was prescribed by a White House doctor. The FDA, as you may know, has warned against using the drug outside of hospital settings due to a serious risk of heart problems.
Meanwhile, encouraging news today in the worldwide search for coronavirus vaccine.
Early results show one of the vaccines is generating the hoped-for response in these study participants. Dr. Frank McGeorge here now with the latest on this development. Doc?
The vaccine is being developed by Massachusetts-based Moderna in partnership with the National Institutes of Health. Now, these are preliminary data coming from a phase 1 study, so basically the beginning of the beginning, but they are encouraging. Moderna has vaccinated 45 study participants so far and measured antibodies in 8 of them. According to the company, all 8 developed neutralizing antibodies to the virus at levels equal to or exceeding the levels seen in people who have naturally recovered from COVID-19. Neutralizing antibodies bind the virus, disabling it from attacking human cells.
This is really a very first important step in the journey towards having a vaccine available for the people who need it the most.
Moderna tested 3 dosages of the vaccine. At the highest level, 3 people developed fever and other flu-like symptoms. The company says the actual vaccine dose would likely be between the lowest and medium dose tested. In an earlier study, the vaccine stopped the virus from replicating in the lungs of mice who were deliberately exposed to the coronavirus. The FDA has cleared Moderna to begin phase 2 trials, which are expected to include several hundred people. The company plans to start phase 3 trials, which typically include tens of thousands of participants, in July. Moderna's chief medical officer estimates if everything goes well, it could have a vaccine ready for the public as early as January of 2021. Now, plenty of vaccines pass this initial test but fail later in larger trials. And it's important to remember, it is not clear yet whether having those antibodies, either from being infected naturally and recovering or from getting a vaccine, will mean you're protected from the coronavirus. Still, this is a positive first step. Back to you.
All right, Doc. Moderna is one of 8 developers worldwide currently in human clinical trials with a coronavirus vaccine. 2 others in the U.S., 1 at Oxford in the U.K., and 4 others in China. There are also, though, nearly 90 other experimental coronavirus vaccines at earlier stages of development.
All right, much more ahead here at 5. Here's Victor.
Some criminals may be at home quarantining, but they're still finding ways to be criminals. I have one story of a woman who says she was personally attacked online. That story coming up.
Also, startling new developments in the mass shooting at a Florida naval base. What officials now say about the shooter's ties to terrorism. Grant?
Tens of millions of cans and bottles across the state just sitting in piles. Coming up, what all these cans and bottles mean in money and what we're going to do about getting rid of them.